Hi everyone, my name is Nicole Gredenberg and I am on Poshmark as a reseller under Birdie Looks, named after my daughter Maven Birdie. And I am here today just to introduce myself. I have been a seller on Poshmark only for about 4.5 months now, so it's a very new adventure for me. I do have two children, Pierce, who's almost 4, Maven, who is almost 10 months, and my husband Danny. I've got Poshmarking as well as a full-time job on top of that, working for moving companies back home in California. We live here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and we moved here about 4 years ago for a better future for our family, and we love it. It's a beautiful place. However, it is October 10th, and we have our first snow. So if you look in the backyard, you're gonna see quite a bit of snow. You see it out the back of this way too. So we've got lots of cold weather right now today. So that meant we had to break out the jackets for my son and the hats for my daughter and make sure that they weren't freezing cold because we still had school this morning. My daughter had her 9-month checkup. And it was really cold and really scary to drive back home from the doctor's office because there were cars sliding into each other, going off the road, flipping upside down, crashing into each other. It was lovely. So I'm grateful that I got home safe. The kids are home safe and we're all doing good. Now I'm just starting my normal work day with the kids. So baby's napping, my son is just playing, and got a few hours before he's got a babysitter to come over and play with him. So what that means for me is just normal work day, and in between normal work for my full-time job, I will be taking pictures, rehabbing clothes, listing, inventorying, doing offers to likers, sharing my closet at least 2 to 3 times a day. And what I've been finding lately is that I will share my closet in the morning, and I won't get all the way through it because, like a lot of you moms know, or just busy people in general, sometimes you start sharing and you get halfway through and you have to do something else, and then you continue your sharing maybe an hour later. So it's not ideal, but it works. I still get it done. For me, where I'm at right now, I have about 400 listings as of last night, and it's been about 4.5, 5 months, as I mentioned. I'm very proud of myself for that. My goal is to get to 1,000 by the end of the year, which I don't think will be a problem. I've been sourcing at Goodwill. I tried the bins one time in Colorado Springs, and I also have gotten clothing from a neighbor of ours whose daughters babysit for us. So I've been getting stuff from them. I got some things from my mom, from my mother-in-law. My son grows like a weed, so a ton of his clothes, and he barely wears them before he's in the next size. So a lot of his stuff is practically brand new, and it goes pretty fast on Poshmark because it's in great condition, good price, and it's just nice to pass it on to someone else and not let it go to waste. My daughter's clothes, I actually haven't gotten much into listing any of her stuff that she's grown out of, and maybe I will, maybe I won't. I have 2 friends who have daughters who are right under her in age, and I kind of rather just give them those clothes. So that's kind of where it is with the baby stuff. My intention when I first started Poshmark was to focus on kids' clothes. I have never been a fashionista. I've never really had time for it. And I never ever had an interest really in clothing or the retail industry. However, I've always owned my own business and I've always been an entrepreneur. So for me, it's just been a natural transition for me to start reselling. It's been exciting to learn a whole new industry. I really like thrifting. I had no clue how fun it was, but I love going into Goodwill. And I love hitting the racks and just being super focused. I watch a lot of amazing YouTubers. You guys are so wonderful. And I've learned so much from you in the past few months. Nicole State, you're awesome. I love listening to you and all of your advice. And many others. I mean, my gosh, I am just, Jenna with Empty Hanger, you are an idol to me, pretty much. No, no pressure. No, you're awesome. So I look at you guys, I watch your videos, I study, and then I learn my brands. I go out to the Goodwill, and I think I'm getting better each time. So last time I went, I picked up, anthropology and soft surroundings and cabbie, and I was just so extremely excited about those finds. When I first started just a few months ago, I did some hauls that I am not super happy that I have in my closet because they're frustrating. There's knit shirts that don't have great brand names. Maybe they have a cute style, but they're not great. I don't know if they will ever sell. I have no clue. And then I had to put up stuff from friends and family because I'm trying to boost my numbers. And so basically, when you first start, I think Jenna had mentioned in one of her many videos that when you first start out, you take stuff from your friends and family, you post it, and you're just getting practice learning how to take your pictures, learning how to list, learning how to offer to likers. And you're just going through that initial process of figuring things out. So I don't feel ashamed that I don't love every single thing in my closet and that it's not the style I eventually want everything to be. I am grateful that I have those pieces because, they surprise you. They truly do. I've sold stuff from, friends and family that I thought, well, I just don't know if that'll sell. But those items sold, and other items that I got that I thought were amazing from a thrifted haul recently, like some of my anthropology, it's not selling, but the other stuff is. So you just don't know. There's a buyer for everything. Now, I do plan to cross list. I'm not going to just be Poshmark. I think that Poshmark is too young. I love it. I adore it. But eBay, hundreds of millions of people watching versus tens of millions of people watching on Poshmark, I think you can't pass it up. My intention with Birdie Looks is to maybe someday just do this as my job. But that day probably won't come for many years. And that's perfectly fine. However, I do, as a business person, an entrepreneur, I have a degree, a Bachelor of Science from San Diego State University, many years of business under my belt. I know that cross-listing is smart in the resale industry, if not necessary, if you want to make a livable income. And if that's what you want to do, then, that's what you want to do. I have watched some great videos in regards to, from Little Black Hanger. You're wonderful. Love watching you. You did a great piece recently about all of the different platforms and, like Mercari versus eBay versus Poshmark. And I think there was even more. I'm not remembering everything right now, but I listened very carefully. I took notes, and my takeaway from my own personal needs, because everyone's different, is that I think I will probably be doing, Poshmark and eBay. So anyway, that's kind of a little bit about me. In the past, my business adventures have included, owning and operating a wedding and event consulting company, starting up and operating moving companies, and now Poshmark. So I still work for the moving company, and I love helping customers. It's very similar to anything in life. For some reason, I always seem to fall into businesses that help people at some stage in their life. So first it was weddings, getting married. Next it was moving. Now I'm kind of, also adding on, maybe helping people recycle their clothes, save money, thrift. As a mom, and I can speak to a lot of you out there, you have to buy clothes constantly. Your kids are growing constantly. And so not only is Poshmark a great way to recycle your clothes and get some money back so you can purchase either new clothes if you need to, or go on Poshmark and reinvest into other people's clothes that maybe their kids have grown out of. But it is such a good cost savings. It's good for our planet. We cannot keep wasting and not, recycle and reuse. And there's so many beautiful clothes that I find when I'm thrifting that I just cannot believe somebody, just donated and didn't pass to a friend, family member, or resell at a garage sale, or try something like Poshmark or eBay, because getting some money back from what you invested in and then reinvesting it into a new wardrobe for your children is an awesome way to keep your household on budget and to be good to our planet, and a good example to your kids too. So that's my rant on reselling, and I'm really loving it. I didn't grow up that way. I think everything we wore was brand new, never went thrifting. It's not something that my family does. So I'm happy to learn about it. One of my best friends is, a really good thrifter, and I have so much I need to learn from her. She lives far away from me in California. Hi, Lene. But yeah, I'm hoping we can get together soon and I can pick her brain and maybe even go thrifting with her and get her to teach me some stuff, because she's super awesome. She's so good at finding the right styles, and she's very talented. So looking forward to that, hopefully in the future. But anyway, here I go with another day. I've got a to-do list, and my to-do list is going to be my regular job: take care of the kids, take care of the house, and whenever I find a free moment, take pictures of those clothes. I follow the process that Nicole State taught, which is super, super awesome and amazing. She does everything at once. So that's what I've been doing, because it just works so much better for my schedule. When I have time during the day is when I shoot my pictures. I have a backdrop downstairs in our basement that my husband Danny built me. Thank you, Danny. I have a great light kit that is very similar to Jenna's with empty hanger. And then what I do is I take the clothes, I de-tag them. Something I do with my tags is I do write a description of what the item is on the tag, and I keep the tag along with the receipt. Because if I put the piece of clothing that I purchased from Goodwill, for example, under the photo lights, I might find a stain that will not come out or some other flaw. And you can return it for store credit, so you can re-tag it and bring it back. It's better than donating it, because per year annually you can only write off about $500 in tax deductions for donated clothes. And when you're reselling, you're going to have a lot more donations than that because of flops. So just keep that in mind. So that I'll de-tag them. I will inspect the clothing. If it needs to be washed, it'll be washed. If it needs to be lint rolled, no problem. Everything gets steamed. I have a great industrial steamer downstairs. I watched Jenna with Empty Hangers video on how to steam appropriately. It not only gets rid of bacteria, but obviously makes your clothes look pretty for the pictures. So Nicole State's process, she steams photo shoots and inventories. And then when she is able to sit down at her computer or her phone, whatever she wants to post from, she can do her posting. So I prefer that. I do my pictures during the day, at night with a glass of wine. Kids are finally sleeping. Husband's doing whatever he wants to do. I'm at my computer doing my comps, and I'm doing my listings, and I do like to list from my phone because I use my Pick Tap Go editing tool to edit the pictures, and then I find it easiest to just pop it into the app. But I use my laptop simultaneously to look up my comps and get everything up. And then throughout the night, it's just about sharing, answering offer slackers and questions and whatnot. I have a lot to learn still, since this is not my full-time job. I have a lot to learn. I think some of the things I hope I get better at, my goals for this year would be hitting 1,000 listings, learning how to do offer slackers in a manner that is profitable to me, and not just, giving away everything without enough profit to live off of eventually. So I want to make better profit margins, goal number 2. Goal number 3, I want to inventory my stuff. Like right now, it's in a closet. I technically have a closet, not only on Poshmark, but in my house. It is my closet for Poshmark in the basement. um, clean and tidy, everything's organized. However, I want to do what other poshers have recommended, which is to take those items after you rehab them and shoot them and put them into a plastic bag, seal them up, put an inventory number on them, put them in a bin. Make sure you have a spreadsheet that has the information as far as what bin each piece of clothing is in. Now, I don't know if many of you watched, but from Poshfest that just passed, I really do hope to go next year. But Poshfest that just passed in 2019, it was just like last weekend, I believe, like October 2nd, 3rd, in Arizona. I watched all of the live streams of anything they had. I think there's some things that I didn't see. Like I think Jenna with Empty Hanger spoke, but I didn't see what the video. So if any of you have the link, if you could put it in the comments below and help me out, I'd appreciate it, because I'd really love to watch it. I'm sure she'll probably post it eventually. But so what they did mention is that they added some new features which I think are really pretty cool, especially for someone who hasn't started their own process yet for inventory like me. So for someone who already has started their inventory spreadsheets, it may or may not be helpful, because who wants to start over when they already have a process? But for someone like me, I do think it's nice. You can pull an inventory spreadsheet from Poshmark now. And every single item on your closet you can click into, you can put in an inventory number, a cost of goods, and any other notes you want. So yes, that is a tool I will be using. So it's hard when you first start any kind of new journey, but reselling starting very close to Q4, which is apparently the busiest time, is encouraging, because as a brand new reseller, I'm probably making more sales than I normally would because it's Q4. And that's really fun. It's great. Maybe I can put it towards our Christmas vacation. And the slow season for moving companies. So if it's busy season for clothing, it'll work out great for my personal life and family household income. However, starting in Q4 is also a little bit of pressure, because you hear that you need to stock up. You need to load up your closet. You need to be ready. Well, we're already in Q4 and I've got 400 listings, but I want more. So that means every single day I am pushing to list. I mean, this doesn't sound like a big number to you guys, but with 2 kids and 2 jobs, it's a big number. I'd say 5 to 10 pieces a day if I'm lucky. So I'm always just pushing myself as hard as I can to do that. I want to have enough stuff for people to buy, simply to have a good Q4, and also to set myself up for slow season that will roll back around next year in the summertime. So anyway, lots of information about me, maybe more than you needed. But just wanted to share all that with you and say thank you for watching. If you would like to continue watching from me, I do plan to do at least 1 video per week. That's my goal right now. And I hope to be able to share with you, I'm not going to say teach because I'm too new at this, my journey into being a Poshmark reseller. As a mother of 2 small children and a wife, and with a job, part-time reseller. So I know there's a ton of people just like me. And so I wanted to share my journey from that perspective starting out. So here we are. I will make sure I post once a week, and I will try to pick a topic and stay on it. Today is just more like a here I am, introduction to me. So again, my name's Nicole, and my closet on Poshmark is Birdie Looks. It will be the same on eBay. I am Birdie Looks on everything: Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, everything. So you could find me pretty easily. And Birdie is Birdie. Looks is Looks, in case you're wondering, because I do have a California Valley girl accent, and sometimes it's hard to understand what I say. So, please hit subscribe, and hit the little bell if you want to be notified of my weekly videos. And please leave any comments below of any topics you might want me to touch on or questions you want me to answer about myself that maybe I didn't get to today. I appreciate you listening to me. It's my first time making a video on YouTube. You know, and I'm not going to say I know what I'm doing. I don't. But here I am. And I am excited to go on this journey with you. So thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. If you live in a state that also has snow, stay warm. If you live in California with rolling blackouts by PG&E, I'm sorry. But just whatever you're doing, stay safe. Have a great day, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye.